Asante sana.
Well, thank you very much, Madam Moderator. Excellencies, colleagues, former heads of state and government, Dr. Antonio Pedro, Deputy Executive Secretary of UNECA, honorable ministers present, excellencies, ambassadors, heads of international organizations and members of the African diplomatic community, distinguished leaders from the African business community, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed an honor and a privilege for me to welcome you all to the 8th Africa Leadership Forum being held here in this vibrant and beautiful historic city of Kampala. At the outset, I would like to most sincerely thank Your Excellencies and those present this morning for your presence. I know you traveled from within and beyond Uganda to come to this auspicious event. In a special way, allow me to acknowledge the presence of esteemed leaders and colleagues who honor us with their participation. And we have amongst us His Excellency Mohamed Monsef Marzouk, former President of the Republic of Tunisia. Maybe you stand up, people don't know you. We have also Ernest Bai Koroma, former President of the Republic of Sierra Leone. We also have with us Right Honorable Haile Mariam Desalegn, former Prime Minister of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia. We have with us here former Prime Minister Bukenya. Former Prime Minister Rugunda, former Prime Minister Mama Mbabazi, and former Foreign Minister Sam Kutesa. This is the powerful list of all these, yeah? But still going strong. Retired, but not tired. And one day President Chisano told me the definition of being retired head of state is that we've just put on new tires. Ladies and gentlemen, the Right Honorable former Prime Minister Haile Mariam is also one of the co-conveners of this year's forum. Following his participation at the 7th ALF Forum in Accra, Ghana, he graciously accepted to convene this year's forum, and the Uongozi Institute, who serve as the secretariat to ALF, have worked very closely with his office and his Haile Mariam and Roman Foundation to make this event a success. Prime Minister, I thank you deeply, deeply for your continued leadership and support. In the same vein, I wish also to express my profound gratitude to Dr. Antonio Pedro, Deputy Executive Secretary of UNECA, for his vital role personally and through his institution, UNECA, in supporting the realization of this forum. UNECA also, as one of the co-conveners, has worked closely with the Uongozi Institute to make this event a success. Pedro, we thank you. Maybe you stand up. People should know you also. Well, before proceeding further, allow me to say a few words about the Africa Leadership Forum. This is a forum that was established in 2014 with the aim of bringing together current and former leaders to exchange views and insights on the continent's most pressing challenges. Over the years, the forum has established itself as a unique and inclusive platform that brings together current and former leaders from both the public and the private sectors to exchange experiences, foster dialogue, and identify sustainable solutions to Africa's pressing socio-economic challenges. The idea of this forum was born in 2013 in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, during a symposium on shared societies and inclusive sustainable development that was jointly organized by the World Leadership Alliance, Club de Madrid, and the Uongozi Institute. It was during this gathering that three visionary leaders, His Excellency Olusegun Obasanjo of Nigeria, His Excellency Festus Mogae of Botswana, former President of Botswana, and the late Benjamin William Mkapa, former President of Tanzania, and my immediate predecessor, they recognized the need for an African-led forum that interrogates, analyzes, and articulates African perspectives. Thus, the ALF was born, with President Mkapa serving as his founding patron and the Uongozi Institute as his secretariat. Ladies and gentlemen, after President Mkapa passed on, I was made patron. Whether it was democratic or it wasn't, I don't know. But I was told, you are the patron. And I said, I have no problem, as long as my fellow leaders think I can be patron. And they have not objected, so I'm patron. Ladies and gentlemen, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished participants, since its inception, the Africa Leadership Forum has played a pivotal role in fostering candid and constructive dialogue on opportunities, challenges, and emerging global dynamics affecting Africa's development. Each annual forum has addressed a strategic theme ranging from Africa's continental integration to the role of business towards transforming the African continent, peace and security as an anchor to a united and sustainable Africa, financing Africa's transformation for sustainable development, management of the continent's natural resources for socio-economic transformation, and promoting intra-Africa trade to unlock agricultural potential, which was the theme for the last ALF in Accra. This year, the 8th edition of the forum is held under the timely and relevant theme, Realizing Sustainable Development Goals in Africa, Progress and the Way Forward. Excellencies, distinguished participants, as hinted above, the forum intends to deliberate on the prospects of realizing the objectives of the 7 SDGs in Africa. Therefore, to be precise, as we gather here over the next 2 days, our discussions will revolve around 4 core objectives. First, reviewing the current status of SDG implementation across African countries. Second, identifying key challenges and bottlenecks hindering progress. Third, promoting regional cooperation and knowledge sharing among African countries. And fourth, developing innovative solutions and strategic partnerships for accelerated progress. You will agree with me, Excellencies, that the chosen theme provides us with a unique opportunity not only to celebrate Africa's progress, but also to reflect honestly on the obstacles we still face as a continent. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture it is important to note that despite the continuous claim that the SDGs are not ambitious, it has been independently demonstrated that the African continent has made notable progress to date. It is hard to deny the fact that Africa is on the move, and our successes, though hard-earned, are real. Many of us can bear witness that African economies have over the years grew from strength to strength, diversified, and in the process improved the livelihoods of millions of our dear brothers and sisters across the continent. We have seen commendable gains in economic growth, poverty reduction, improved health outcomes, access to education, and environmental stewardship. Our youth are increasingly empowered, innovation is on the rise, and Africa's voice is stronger on the global platform. The truth is, the Africa we know today is not the same as that we inherited at independence, nor the one that emerged from the structural adjustment programs of the 1980s and 1990s. Lest we forget, these successes are a testament to the dedication and resilience of the African people, their leaders, the farmers, the African workers, the African entrepreneurs, and the African young change makers whose tireless efforts bring the SDGs to life in their communities. Let us take a moment to acknowledge and applaud these unsung heroes of sustainable development. Excellencies, distinguished participants, even as we celebrate our achievements, we must remain clear-eyed about the challenges that threaten to derail the progress. Poverty, disease, inequality, illiteracy, and climate change remain hurdles. The countdown to 2030 is on. The urgency of action cannot be overstated. We must move beyond business as usual. Now is the time for bold reforms, effective resource mobilization, high-level political will, and enhanced accountability. Only through this collective resolve can we turn ambition into action and vision into impact. Let this African Leadership Forum 2025 be a moment for inflection. Let this forum be a turning point that galvanizes leadership and innovation for transformative change. As we engage in the sessions ahead, I urge all of us to be frank, forward-looking, and solution-oriented. Let us strive to produce concrete recommendations and reaffirm our commitment to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals and the Agenda 2063 of the Africa we want. The presence of each one of us here today is a reflection of our shared commitment to confronting the continent's most pressing development challenges and transforming. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, before I left, I'm heartened by the presence of leaders, experts, policymakers, and entrepreneurs in this room. I encourage each one of us to speak openly, share insights generously, and propose bold solutions that can help move Africa forward. Last but not least, I extend my heartfelt thanks to the presenters, moderators, and rapporteurs who will guide and enrich our discussions over the next 2 days. And now, with great pleasure, allow me to finish my opening remarks by inviting to the podium my dear brother, the Right Honorable Haile Mariam Desalegn, former Prime Minister of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia and co-convener of this forum to deliver his remarks. I thank you for your kind attention.
Your Excellency, President Jakaya Kikwete, our patron, and actually we are the ones who put you to this position, and thank you for accepting that. Excellencies, former heads of state and government, Excellency, Deputy Executive Secretary of UNECA, fellow Africans, friends of Africa, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. We gather today to address a matter of paramount importance, the realization of the Sustainable Development Goals in Africa, and these 17 goals, a blueprint for a better future, represent our shared aspirations for a continent free from poverty, inequality, and environmental degradation. Africa is a continent of immense potential, but faces unique challenges in its pursuit of the SDGs. We possess vibrant cultures, abundant natural resources, and a youthful population brimming with innovation. Yet, we also grapple with persistent abject poverty, climate change impacts, and